Today is Thursday, September 9th, 2021. Welcome into Dirt Tracker Daily. I'm Justin Fiedler. Coming up, we've got everything you need to know from night one of the World 100s week at Eldora, including details on Bobby Pierce's disqualification. We also look at tonight's Tuscarora 50 opener and have news from the World of Outlaws. Before we dive in, if you like what I'm doing here, please subscribe to the show, leave a review, and hit those follow and notification buttons depending on where you consume this. Make sure to follow at DIRTRACKR on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And don't forget, DIRTRACKR.com has a bunch more cool dirt racing stuff. Now let's get going. Last night was the prelim show for the 51st World 100, and we've got two feature winners and heat race lineups set for tonight's big money show. There's been some drama today also regarding Bobby Pierce, which I'll get to here in just a little bit. Last night's action featured qualifying, heat races, B-mains, and features for the split field programs. Half the field in Group A, the other in Group B. Drivers earned points through the night, which were used to set heat race lineups for tonight, along with an invert. In Group A, it was Kyle Strickler going quick time with heat races won by Brandon Shepard, Bobby Pierce, Nick Hoffman, and Jonathan Davenport. In the first feature, Johnny Scott battled in the opening laps with pole sitter Nick Hoffman, but pretty quickly drove out to a big lead, and he bagged the win in a non-stop race. Hoffman ended up second, Brandon Shepard was third, Bobby Pierce fourth, and Jonathan Davenport completed the top five. Brandon Overton finished sixth after starting 12th, and Kyle Larson finished 12th after starting 14th. In Group B, it was young Spencer Hughes who grabbed quick time in qualifying, with Jimmy Owens, Hudson O'Neal, Daryl Lanigan, and Devin Moran winning the four heat races. In the feature, pole sitter Shen Babb held Daryl Lanigan at bay for much of the event, but ninth starting Tim McCreadie was on the move early and often. He rolled some hot bottom to the lead with 7 laps to go and drove away to the win. Behind T-Mac, Babb finished second, Lanigan third, O'Neal fourth, and Owens fifth. McCreadie ended up being high point man, so he spun the wheel of misfortune after his win, and it landed on 5. So tonight's heat races will have a 5-car invert. Behind McCreadie in the points after the prelim night are O'Neal, Pierce, Shepard, Davenport, Shane Clanton, Chris Ferguson, Owens, Moran, and Johnny Scott. Tonight, we'll have 6 heat races to kick off action with Mark Whitener and Greg Satterley on the front row of Heat 1, Michael Chilton and Kyle Bronson out front in Heat 2, Dale McDowell and Ryan Gustin leading Heat 3, Brandon Overton and Scott Bloomquist in Heat 4, Tyler Erb and Ricky Thornton Jr. in Heat 5, and Zach Dome and Kyle Strickler for Heat 6. Heats will be 15 laps with the top 3 transferring on. Kyle Larson actually will start third in heat race number 2 if you're looking for him. One driver we won't see tonight after a strong run last night is Bobby Pierce. Just a little bit before I recorded this episode, it was announced that he has been disqualified from tonight's 51st World 100 after an altercation between one of his crew members and a track worker. Apparently, the incident happened after the program had been completed last night, and Pierce was not involved. Pierce said in a Facebook post that it had to do with the track's four-wheeler rules and that he apologized for the disturbance and to his fans for missing tonight. Pierce will be allowed to compete in Friday and Saturday's racing for the 50th World 100. Pierce was scheduled to start 5th in the third heat race tonight, so I'm assuming they'll just adjust that heat race's lineup and not reshuffle all of them due to the points. Not sure I've ever heard of an entire team being disqualified for an event due to the actions of a single crew member, but without really knowing more details, it's hard to really make a judgment here. It's just really unfortunate for Pierce and his team, but it wouldn't be the World 100 if we didn't have a little bit of drama. Other thoughts from last night have to do with the event format. McCreadie made a comment in Victory Lane about bringing a certain engine package to make sure they did well in qualifying, which ended up not mattering because of the way they decided to do heat race inverts. For those of you that are longtime late model fans, drop me a comment, let me know, is it normal for the World 100 format to change from year to year? And looking at the Dream, it seems as though the two events between the Dream and the World have very similar formats, at least for the prelim nights. Has that always been the case? Guess I'm wondering why these two kind of marquee late model events would have similar formats, and I'm wondering why they would change from year to year. I feel like we all know the Chili Bowl format, we all know the the Knoxville Nationals format, the kind of the standard series formats, and I would have assumed kind of big events like the World and the Dream would have kept the same formats from year to year. This all goes back to my thoughts about dirt racing formats just in general being too complicated. These aren't so bad, but the fact that you can show up not sure how exactly it's going to go is kind of bad for everyone involved. And when the drivers themselves don't know, that's not a good thing. Looking ahead to tonight, hot laps get underway at 6:30 p.m. Eastern with opening ceremonies at 7. Tonight's winner of the 51st World 100 will take down $54,000. We'll be back tomorrow to break it all down. Elsewhere on this Thursday, the Tuscarora 50 weekend at Port Royal Speedway gets underway. Tonight and tomorrow night are prelim shows with $8,000 and $10,000 going to each respective winner, and Saturday's 50 lapper paying $54,000 to the winner. In 2020, Corey Eliason and Lance Deweese picked up prelim wins, with Deweese also winning the big show on Saturday night. This will be another classic clash of the All-Star Circuit of Champions and the Pennsylvania Posse. Got to see a little bit of a preview of things back on Monday when Danny Dietrich picked up the Labor Day Classic win with a bunch of All-Star guys in attendance. Competition will ramp up significantly starting tonight, though. The All-Stars have already made 2 appearances at the track this season, with Logan Wagner winning back in April and Deweese winning back on May 31st. There will be no Kyle Larson in the field this week, as he'll be in Richmond for the Cup race, but there will still be plenty of star power to deal with. Looking at some win picks, Deweese has to be at or near the top of the list, I think. He's not racing tonight, but will be in the field on Friday and Saturday. His resume just absolutely speaks for itself. Wagner is another to keep an eye on. He grabbed that All-Star win earlier in 2021 and knows Port Royal better than most, having racked up multiple consecutive track championships. Series points leader Tyler Courtney is no stranger to big money races, and he finished 3rd to Deweese back in May. We also know that Anthony McCreadie can wheel a sprint car with the best of them at Port Royal, as long as he doesn't get caught out by that outside wall. A possible outsider to watch over the next few days is definitely Aaron Reitzel. He was fast on Monday at Port Royal, and he'll be motivated for sure to grab some of that money with his new team. Racing gets going tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern and continues through Saturday night. A little news for you before we close out today. Announced yesterday, the World of Outlaws West Coast Swing will have 1 less race than originally planned. Placerville Speedway is part of the Eldora County Fairgrounds, and the entire facility has been taken over by firefighters who are battling the nearby Calder wildfire. Several events at the track have already been canceled, and the Outlaw Show on September 18th is joining that list of races lost. In response, the Friday night race at Keller Auto Speedway in Hanford, California is being moved to Saturday, and it is becoming the $21,000 to win Tom Tarleton Classic. There will not be a race on that Friday, September 17th. Ticket holders for the Placerville event will be able to use those seats for the rescheduled race in 2022, or they can request a refund at a later date. Tickets for the originally scheduled Friday show at Hanford will be honored for the Saturday race. David Gravel is the defending series winner at Hanford back in 2019. To see the full announcement and more details on tickets, visit worldofoutlaws.com. There are 8 shows on the streaming schedule for today, including the World 100 and Tuscarora 50 on Flow Racing. USMTS Modifieds are on Racing Dirt, the Super Nationals and Gold Cup are on Speed Sport, and more. To see the full daily streaming schedule with links to watch, visit DIRTRACKR.com/watch tonight. That's it for the show today. Hope you have a good Thursday. If you have thoughts about the topics on today's show, please leave them in the comments below or tweet at me. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow for more Dirt Tracker Daily.